Hey guys, Replace here. Welcome back to my channel, and we're actually going to come in with a little bit of witches, a little bit of thoughts, my opinions, and all that kind of good stuff. First off, do you want witches in The Sims 4? I don't know about you, but I definitely do, and there's been so many rumors, not to mention rumors about the quote-unquote pests, which we'll get onto in the video later. Also, the awesome thing is I just seriously can't wait to start talking about this, so let's just jump right in. So for the first thing we're going to talk about, it's the Dabra Laundry Detergent. So the caption is, say the magic word, abracadabra, and your laundry will be as soft as a bear cub's fur. That Dabra detergent guarantee. So this is actually just laundry soap. It was in the Sims 4 Laundry Day pack. This has been found just in the descriptions, obviously, is what I'm showing you. And a lot of people are expecting, that this is totally involved with witches because, abracadabra, dabra. Well, unfortunately, I don't think that this is a clue towards Sims, and let me explain why. So the reason why that I don't think that this is actually a clue or a hint to The Sims 4, which is being in the game, is because this is actually a gnome in The Sims 3. It was the abracadabra bear. And it it literally just kind of was a gnome that gave you 5% chance of a sim will get a gnome when grabbing her dry clothes from an expensive dryer. So this was just in Sims 3. Sims 3 introduced laundry into the Sims, this franchise in the first place. So I believe that this was just kind of like a reference to how it all started and not a hint. Even though maybe it is a slight one, it's also one that can definitely be debunked as not exactly a hint, just because of the history of it. Now let's move on to the next one, guys. The next thing that people find as a clue is a Sumerian mat. The description is, the rings and circles on this mat are actually markers of an ancient Sumerian calendar. The date they point to is August 16, 2032. What grim future did our ancestors predict? What calamity awaits us? Only time will tell. So for this one, I definitely do not think that it is in reference to witches being in The Sims 4, but it definitely does have a date, August 16th, and that does make me definitely wonder and question if a pack will be teased or released on August 16th, so we're just gonna have to wait to see about that one. But obviously it's not going to be in the year 2032 because, well, that's a long time from now. And the weird thing is they're talking about a lot of ancestors and ancient stuff, and that kind of reminds me of the game pack that they teased in the quarterly teaser. So I don't know what this is referencing to, but I definitely do not think it's for the Witches pack. So let's move on to the next one. So for the next item description that people think is involved with the witches possibly being in the game would be the Wreath of Living Brambles, and I think that this is one of the most weirdest and coincidence kind of hints. It almost looks like it's part of game coding. So let's just quickly read it. It's magic item, lore item, no drop, slot, wall, skill, gardening, effect, nature's blight, focus effect, silence of the snake, cotton R with a whole bunch of numbers, wicker R with another whole bunch of numbers, flowers R, and a whole bunch of numbers and codes that I just don't understand. Size 1 by 1 by 1, occult DRU, race sim. And then it says, nature's blight effect diffuses mystic protection, allowing spells to do more damage. And then silence of the snake effect cause sims to be less hateful of any heal or damage spell that it casts. So this is one of the ones that I would say it points more to the Sims being witches soon, because we have a whole bunch of the information almost like coding, and then we have the mentioning of spells and twice in casting spells, but then it seems like we have a good effect and an evil effect, which is kind of references to good and evil Sims. I don't think that this item, if we ever did get witches, would be used they're not just going to transfer another item to become workable for any kind of magic from another pack. They just don't do that kind of stuff. But this definitely seems like a very odd thing to put as a description, so I would consider this definitely a clue. So we're also going to move on to the next thing. So the next description we have here is Fairies Potter's potted plants. So the description says, come on down to Fairy Potter's Plant Emporium. Today we've got a special deal on indoor shrubbery. And while supplies last, they're available in authentic aged berries from the, I can't even say that, Bacchiform Birkin compound. Wow, I can't pronounce. When you reach the register, be sure to say the magic phrase that pays. Hocus Pocus. So obviously the Hocus Pocus is a reference to Hocus Pocus, not to mention the Harry Potter's potted plant. That's obviously a reference to Harry Potter. I was watching another video and a common simmer mentioned that the Sims team likes to make a lot of just cultural references and what's going on in the world. So I believe personally that this totally is kind of a clue to wizardry and witches and spells and all this kind of stuff, because this was the Laundry Day rustic stuff pack. We had laundry stuff and rustic stuff combined. We would have no reason to have any type of magic stuff, and this is now the third or fourth item that we're talking about, so I would say that this is a clue, even though some people say that it's just a Harry Potter reference. Again, let's move on to the next one. So, another simmer has actually found some coding when she was trying to make some CC stuff. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. If you do know who this is, please give a comment shouting out to her. Basically, it just stated that in the categories, there was a category for witch. I don't know how real this is. I'm going to trust that she's telling the truth and she's not making this up, that she's a reliable source, and this is what she found when she was making the CC. A lot of people have found things in the coding of, like, they make custom content before. It's not a new thing. We've seen many things before, like how certain piercings might come, but we've never been released them. So I don't know if we should be too excited about this, but this is definitely another clue that could mean we will be getting witches. Again, let's move into another crazy idea and theory. So this happens to be one of the more crazy theories that are definitely reaching. Most of these are reaching, but this is what we are here for theories and ideas and thoughts. So this was the quarterly teaser kind of video, and somebody, again, I lost half my information of who posted what through saves, and I just can't remember, and I'm really tired. It's really late at night, and it doesn't help when I'm just scrambling to get this done because I found some information that I want to get out before it actually happens. But in the back we can see a poster, and let's just go into depth about what this poster says for a sec. So this was part of the teaser for the Laundry Day stuff pack, but this poster description is Henry Puffer poster, and it's like a little guy that seems like to be doing some magic, and it says, everyone's favorite kid wizard has graduated from books to movies and now to your wall. Cast a spell and bewitch your friends with the mystifying power of Henry Puffer. Now don't tell me that that is a coincidence, because it's definitely not a coincidence, because there's a million different posters that they could have put on the wall, not to mention any type of wall art, but they specifically put this one, and believe it or not, somebody on Twitter was able to find this and point it out, because this was one sneaky hint, if it obviously is for sure a hint. And yeah, so this could be another, hint, clue, who knows? Let's move on to the next one, guys. And now for this one isn't actually a clue or a fact or a theory, but it's just some render art done by a fellow simmer. She actually does a lot of amazing render art, and I was able to get her information. So it's KC89901 on Twitter, or she's known as Cooper322. Cool Nikki D tends to show her off a lot in all her artwork, and I think she's just amazing with what she does, and this is just a cute little interpretation of what she thinks witches would be all about. And I think it's just so adorable, and I just really wanted to showcase it because it definitely deserves to be showcased. So, on to our next topic. So, if the witches did come into The Sims 4, it's probably going to come into a game pack, just like The Sims 4 Vampires. And we're probably obviously not going to be getting a occult expansion pack like we did in Sims 3. But one thing that I really want, especially should be incorporated with the Sims 4 witches, I think should be fairies, because they are like a magical being creature too, and they could really tie that in. And I would really love to play with fairies again because they're just so cute. Not to mention there's a mod out right now. I mean, I guess we could be content with that, but The Sims 4 should definitely bring this back, and it would be perfect to bring back when it comes down to the warlocks and the wizards and the witches, and just throwing these in. I think it would just work out really perfectly, but that's my own personal thought, my own personal idea. If you guys have any ideas or personal thoughts about what I'm saying so far, don't be afraid to leave a comment in this comment section below, and tell me if you want fairies in your game with witches. So this is the crazy stuff that so far I have only been able to link to witches, which again, this is a huge far stretch, but this is my idea, my thoughts, my personal opinion, so here we go. Sims Guru Graham has been changing his profile picture a lot. The first day he changed it was to cockroaches, and then the next day it's to silverfish. And so far some people were able to find it. I also found the website showing into extermination company, and the extermination company had everything that he's posting so far. So let's see what the next little info is about this. And then on the third day he posted a spider, which is the exact same logo from this extermination website. This is starting to get really crazy and really, I don't even know, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. And on the fourth day he ended up posting a mouse, which happens to be the day, which is the 29th of January. And it was, again, this exact mouse / rodent. And again, it's on the website. And it's the exact same logo. They've all been in the same style. More crazy. Just more crazy. I would without a doubt think that the ants or termites is going to be tomorrow. So that's why I want to get this video out today. Hopefully you guys can see. I guessed this first. I thought this. I saw this website and I was like, hey, he's post everything else but the ants / termites right now. So this is probably what's going to come up tomorrow. And if this does come up, this is super crazy because this is definitely pointing to this extermination pack. I mean, it already is. It already is 100% towards this extermination idea, not pack, but extermination concept. And Sim Guru Graham wouldn't just post this for nothing, just toy with us too much. It's too overrated now. Some people first totally thought that this was going to be a bug pest extermination pack, but the green behind the little symbol is not the same type of green. We have some kind of pattern green going behind the symbols in our stuff pack. So in my idea, I'm debunking this as it's not going to be a stuff pack. It's not going to be a Sims thing because it's not an official logo. I just want to get that quickly out of the way. So to further expand on this idea, in The Sims 2, there's an exterminator NPC, and so there was cockroaches that were included in The Sims Living Large, but the exterminator NPC was not. But they would come if there was garbage on the lot, or if a lot was visited by evil witches. And I'll go on about that in more of a second, but I just want to state the fact that I do not think that this is going to be a pack once again, because I don't think they're going to charge us 14 something, at least Canadian dollars, for a pack about extermination. There's no way. This is probably going to be a free content update, because I'm not going to pay for roaches and NPC exterminator and what grungy items. That's not going to happen. I don't like pests in real life. I don't want them in my game. I could care less. Cool if they're in there for the sake of these witches that start getting creepy crawlers everywhere, but other than that, I could really care less. But now let's go into more detail about this. So going into that a little bit more, I just wanted to show you the evil spells. So it's Corpus Locust, which will summon thunder and lightning with a swarm of roaches. Yeah, so basically an evil sim will spawn on a community lot and cast a spell, and a whole bunch of roaches are just gonna go crazy and infest the area a little bit, and then that's when you would call the exterminator to get rid of them. So this is how I'm tying in witches and this NPC exterminator. So this just might be some more kind of hints and clues to the exterminator. Again, really far stretch, I get it, but this is just how I'm thinking, my ideas. I might be wrong, but at least put my thoughts and my opinions out there about both of them and how they could work together. I'm just saying the timing's a very, very, very much of a coincidence. But Sim Guru Graham might just be posting these just to screw with us. I really hope he's not, though. That's kind of really mean. And I'm sorry if I'm screaming into my mic and my mic's starting not to sound that good. I'm just so tired and so excited and kind of exhausted, so I'll apologize for that. So like I said, these are all my thoughts and opinions. Please don't forget to like my video and subscribe, and also hit that little notification bell to get notified when I post. And let me know what you guys think and what you guys think about my theory. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son.